This is a eufyCam E330 Professional. Just as we finished installing this, look what happened. It started to rain, so it's the perfect time to talk about the IP67 weather rating. If it's rainy or snowing or sun or whatever, this thing's gonna work in almost any situation. The directions tell us that we're supposed to install this between 7 and 10 feet off the ground. Right now I have it 8 feet off the ground and I'm standing about 30 feet away. The video you see is coming right from the eufyCam 3 Pro, but the audio is coming from my microphone because I'm just too far away for it to catch.
Welcome back to another Jeff Reviews for you. As you saw, we are looking at yet another camera system from eufy. This one is super awesome. Enough talking about it, let's get right into the review.
This is the entire package unbox of the eufyCam E330 Pro. I should say that this entire package retails for right around $600 and it was sent to me for review. We're going to get into the nitty gritty here. As you can see, we have 4 4K color night vision cameras with 8x zoom. That is awesome. Plus, check this out. We have the HomeBase 3 with an internal 1 terabyte hard drive, which means you can record 24/7 and have it saved for up to 10 days. A cool piece of this is you can upgrade that hard drive to a 16 terabyte hard drive, and that gives you 6 months of 24/7 recording. Eufy has also included these rubber washers or so you can actually make this a completely watertight install just in case you have to install your plugs on the outside. They're still watertight at the connection. I want to show you how to swap out that hard drive if you so chose. So here's our HB3 and you can see this grate on the top. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna push down on the back. It pops up the front and now I can just take this piece off. Set it aside right there and let's take a look at the top. You can see this little tiny screw. What we're gonna do is we're gonna unscrew that. And I just grabbed a regular small Phillips screwdriver. Now that the screw is out, I'm just gonna pull up on the hard drive and take it out. They do include the hardware specs right here on the side, so if you want to replace it, that's what you have to buy. There are a total of 4 screws, 2 on either side. Of course, when you have it all switched out, you just slide it back into place, push it down in, and put your screw back on. From there, we just stick the lid back on. I will say it does appear to have some sort of a magnet in there to hold it into place. On the back of your HomeBase 3, you can of course see your sync button. There's a USB 1 and USB 2, and that's if you happen to have to connect cameras there, sometimes to charge if they're chargeable ones. And then, of course, there's your LAN cable right here where you can put your ribbon cable and then your power supply. We have everything plugged in. Of course, you can see I have a red light right here. I am connected to my mesh force, which is my mesh network. That'll turn blue just like it did now because I'm connected to the internet. I already talked about this rubber gasket if you have to do an exterior install, but they also have these little clips that you can hook the wires to the wall to keep it nice and neat. My installation, I'm actually going to come through the wall because I have access on the inside. I will show you what I do. Now that doesn't mean that's what you have to do. I'm just going to show you how I installed the cameras. Before we do the install, I am going to take the time to hook up each camera to my HomeBase 3. Let's install our camera and make sure you will have the most updated version of the app. Let's hit the plus. As you scroll down, you see the 24/7 Pro camera. You click on there. And of course, there is our eufyCam E330 Professional. Click on that. HomeBase, hit next. We've already removed the sticker off the front of our camera. Let's hit next. We are within a meter. Let's hit next. There's a sync button on the back of our camera. We are going to click that now. Our sync button is right here. Let's push and hold for a couple seconds. We heard the beep. Let's click next.
Ready to add device.
Oh, I hear a high-pitched squeal, so I think that's communicating between the camera.
Wi-Fi network. Please wait.
Well, it's telling us it's connecting. I don't hear the squeal anymore. It says we're discovering the camera.
Device was added successfully.
Well, that's exciting. Of course, we're going to name this one our backyard. We're going to hit next. We've got our storage. You can see that it has our hard drive. We're going to hit next. Yep, we already know. So the first time use, you actually have to format your hard drive. So let's do that now. Now that this one is installed and set up, you can see on the front we have that blue light. I'm going to go set up the other 3 and then officially install these outside. You could just go and install these cameras directly on the siding of your house. I'm choosing to purchase a molding block, and that's what it looks like here. It actually has a profile where it goes around your siding. I just think this makes a nice, clean look. There's a lot of different prep you can do with these boxes. For me, I'm just going to make a hole pretty large right here in the middle so the plug could go through, but everything else I'm going to keep. And I'm going to screw this to the wall behind the mounting hardware so you don't see anything fastening this to the wall. I used to have a signal booster here, but I've since moved that to the other end of the house. And since I already have the hole here, I'm gonna put my camera here. What we do here is I'm gonna push this wire through, put the molding block in, and then install our wire and camera. I try to give you the best view of this, but you can see it comes from the outside right in here to my garage with a 90 connection hooking right up into this gray pipe where the wire runs down. Now I haven't put silicone up there yet, but I will. Let's go down and look what the rest of this looks like. Of course, our wire comes down and meets right here at a junction box. I wish I would have picked a bigger box because there's a lot of wire that I had to roll up nice and neat to go in there, but it fits. So I'm gonna put the cap on there, but if I ever need to access it, I can take it off and unplug it right from here so it's convenient for me. And then the pipe went a little longer, and conveniently there's a plug right next to it, so I just have the wire coming out, and you can see I have it tied up nice and neat down there. With the extra slack, I could not fit inside the junction box, but it works for me and it's out of the way. This is what my install looks, at least of two of these cameras. You can see one is pointed one direction and one is pointed the other direction, except they overlap in their video because of the amazing 138-degree field of view of these cameras. I think it's awesome that you can catch an entire area with that wide angle view. Right now I'm 60 feet away from this camera, and as you can see, these cones mark 10 feet as I get closer to the house. Very expansive, your range of view. They are pretty impressive how far away you can see. So, what are your thoughts of this camera? Something you'd be interested in? Not so much? Let me know down in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. I wanted to show you the three different night vision options you have. You have the black and the white, which is the more grayscale. Then you have the colored one, which actually projects a floodlight right above the camera onto the surrounding area. And then of course, there's all night vision turned off, which then you can't see a whole lot. In this video, we are looking at the eufyCam E330 Professional, the 4-cam set with HomeBase 3 and a terabyte hard drive. So what did we think of it? First things first, let's talk about that price, $600. Although that sounds like a lot, when you think about all the things that you actually get with this, it's a turnkey operation you can run right with this wired security camera set, and you won't have any issues. Plus, there's the 10-day backup storage. Pretty cool. The installation was pretty easy as far as the physical installation of running the wires and such. I appreciate them including the different hardware. If you have to do an external only application, that was pretty convenient. As far as setting up the app, that's the same as we've done with other eufy cameras. It's really a push a button, click and go, and well, no problems there either. I did some research and it looks as though you can have 10 of these cameras on your HB3, which is awesome for future expansion. Plus, the new feature of the cross camera tracking, meaning you can be on one camera, walk around the corner, and the next camera picks you up and so on and so forth all around, and it puts it into one video. I really think that's an awesome upgrade. Anyway, that is my full review of the eufyCam E330 Professional. If this is something that interests you, I will leave a link down in the description. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day. I wanted to give you a side-by-side comparison of the eufyCam E330 Professional and the eufyCam 3. You can see that the eufyCam 3 is the one that has a solar panel on top, and it is a little more square in the front. They both have the 4K camera, color night vision. There's even a light. Of course, you can see on the eufyCam 3 Pro, that light looks a little larger than it does on the eufyCam 3. If we look at the back, you can see that the eufyCam 3 Pro right here on the left has the mounting hardware already hooked onto the camera, whereas the eufyCam 3, you are supposed to screw it in yourself, and of course, here's the wire coming out of the back. There is some adjustability here up and down, and you can unscrew these to go left or right, but you cannot toggle back and forth. So once you put it in your position, you really need to have it locked into place. I really do appreciate that you stayed around for the entire review of the eufyCam E330 Professional. You know what? In this video, we talked about the eufyCam 3. It's the solar powered version. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna link up my review for that right up here, and I would love it if you would click on this link. And when you do, by the magic of the internet, I'm going to join you right here. So go ahead, click it. It's safe, I promise.